Okay, this is a video of Mono Green Mutate. I wanted to play some more Mutate decks, and I've had a Mono Green Mutate deck for a while. I decided to change it a little bit before this video. So yeah, you can't really see what it was before. It was only slightly different. And actually I changed it a little bit after this video. But unfortunately I already stopped recording, so maybe I'll play this deck again at some point. So yeah, I actually ended up playing a few games with this. Playing against, some sort of Rakdos removal deck. So many people are playing like all removal decks, and I don't know why, because I feel like there's a lot of people playing control at the moment. Like I'm always just playing against a control deck or playing against a removal deck. I mean, and the control decks are removal decks. They just have all removal cards in them. So yeah, Hateful Idol and So I was thinking I kind of made a mistake there, but it didn't really matter. I could have played the Lotus Cobra before I played the land, but I would have had, 2 mana and nothing to do with it anyway. So this is like a really aggressive kind of red-black enchantments deck. I don't know if this is a thing. If this is like an actual thing that people are playing, or where people got this deck from. But yeah, I hit Ugin. I should pause that. I should have paused that. But I hit Ugin when every card they had on the board cost 1. So I just got to -1 on the Ugin. I was only hitting like 2 cards then, and one of them was Ugin, so that's why that's in the deck. Not that I feel like I was still going to win even without it. Because it didn't look like they could deal with Starix. So yeah, a lot of... Unfortunately, the Garenbrig's a tap land here. Not that I could have done anything with it anyway. So playing against Gruul. I think this is Gruul. Or it might just be the Timor kind of ramp deck. It's probably what it is. And I don't have... I mean, I do have a land here, I suppose. But it's another tap land. So yeah, I guess I just lose this game. Yeah, I just needed to draw a Starix or I lose. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Pretty sure I just lose. So yeah, these Wicked Wolves without food aren't very good. And they've got 3 1/1s as well, so I can't even kill the 1/1s to make it so the beast can't attack. Didn't even have the mana anyway, maybe? I don't know. Oh, okay. I just realized I wasn't... Okay, I think it's 1/1. But what I'm going to do is try to quickly get the score up. One. There we go. So what's happening here? I'm mutating, I think, Greathorn onto a Greathorn. I think they just got mana screwed here, so... Oh no, they drew a... I wasn't actually paying attention. I just saw that I had 5 lands and they had 2. So yeah, I got a bit greedy there, went for the double Cobra. I could have played the Wicked Wolf if they didn't have the removal spell, but of course they had the Bone Crusher Giant. It was pretty obvious that they did. So I should have just gone for one Cobra. But as long as they don't have Embercleave here, I think I'm fine. I think what they do is play a Henge, and that's actually what I wanted them to play. Because I have Gem Razor in my hand. So Gem Razor gets the Henge, I get a couple of lands as well. Also get the landfall triggers from the Cobra. What I should have done here, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have played the Arachnia. I should have just made a food with my Goose so that I could save the Wicked Wolf. And I shouldn't have drawn a forest then, because I already have 8 forests on the board. Drawing Kogla, one of the best draws I could have hit. I suppose Ugin would have been better, but or a Starix. Okay, so there were a few good draws. An Ugin or a Starix would have been nice. So they finished off my Mutate creature, but they didn't deal with Kogla. I can gain life with the food here, but I was just like, it's probably better with the Wicked Wolf anyway. Might as well try to save myself from an Embercleave by playing the Arachnia. And yeah, that was game. So yeah, I did get like 4 extra damage making that attack I made before, but it would have been better to make the food when I had a Wicked Wolf on the board with no food. I'm pretty sure this is a quick game. Playing second against what is it? Boris Knights. Turn 1 Venerable Knight, turn 2 Veteran, turn 3 Veteran. I think they play another Veteran as well, because they needed it. No, maybe they didn't play a Veteran. They just had a Rimrock Knight. I was expecting an Embercleave. If there was an Embercleave, I would just concede there. But the Wicked Wolf can take care of the Veteran. But I'm only at 3 life, so they probably have exactly the cards they need to kill me. So they smash my wolf, they get 2 damage in, and I'm pretty sure they just have a Bone Crusher in their hand. So they can stomp me to death before I can start coming back into the game. So I should have played the Florahedron here. I think it's less valuable than the Cobra. So if I had played the Florahedron, they would have stomped that, and then I would have probably been able to keep the Cobra. So I can actually mutate the Starix here. I was expecting them to have a Bone Crusher or a Brazen Borrower. Yep. And now I don't have the mana to mutate the other Starix. Unless I draw a land, which I don't. So this is really awkward being on 4 mana here. But yeah, the fact that they have 3 adventure creatures, 3 creatures in the adventure zone, I was pretty keen on getting rid of that And yeah, they play the Terror of the Peaks after I play the Wicked Wolf. So I think I can play the Cobra here and then activate the Garen Brig. But I guess I didn't realize that I could do that. Okay, I did. But yeah, I was pretty sure I wanted to play these cards. So yeah, I couldn't deal with the Terror, but if I can keep the Starix, which it looks like I can, this isn't looking too bad. They really shouldn't have targeted the wolf there because I wanted to just sacrifice the food anyway. Because I wanted to just see if I could draw another Mutate creature. Yeah, they didn't realize. They didn't realize my my Starix had reach, so they sent that that dragon into my 6/6 reach creature. It is nice to have a goose, but everyone, literally everyone playing some sort of 1 or 2 cost removal spell. I mean, except for me, I guess. But if I could have had a turn 2 mutation of the Great Horn with the goose, but it wasn't to be. I think this might be the one game where I get to use this Crawling Barrens. No, it's probably a different game actually. So they have infinite removal spells. I do have the ooze to deal with the graveyard because I think they're a graveyard deck. I wasn't sure what to do here. But the Wicked Wolf's not great, even though I do have a food. So yeah, they Croxer me and then they Croxer me again. Which is unfortunate because I had some decent cards, but I knew I just definitely wanted to hold on to the Scavenging Ooze if I could. Given that they just played 2 Croxer. And they've got Shades in their deck. So yeah, the good thing about Ooze in a deck like this, a mono green deck, basically everything is a creature. It means you can just keep on boosting it as much as you want. Because you're always going to have 100 creatures in the graveyard, because everyone's always playing a ton of removal all the time. So I do get to use the Crawling Barrens. I get to put 2 counters on it. And yeah, that drawing a Great Henge. Oh, yeah, I think this game's actually... Maybe I'm probably thinking of a different game. Yeah, I think I just win this game right here because I made a stop on combat damage. I'm pretty sure you need to in order to be able to exile their thing from the graveyard before they can play it again on their main step. So yeah, I'm guessing they thought that they could just play out the Shade again before I could exile it, which is why they made that attack. So playing against mono red, the funny thing is I could have Gem Razored here and just destroyed their Fervor. This is way too risky to make that block. And yeah, even though I can Gem Razor here, I'm just like, how about I just Starix instead and see what I hit. So I think I was scared of an Embercleave here, but I was just like, I need this Starix to not die somehow. And I'm pretty sure they make a mistake here. I think they make like a really bad mistake. I'm pretty sure I'm dead if they just put the Embercleave on the Bone Crusher Giant. If I make this block. Because they get, what, 9 damage with the Giant. Another 3 with the Champion. And then they can finish me off with the Charger. But I would have gained 1 life, so I guess I wasn't technically dead. And here I get to just destroy Embercleave instead of destroying that enchantment. So yeah, even just attacking here. I thought there was more creatures in the grave. You would think so, but there was only 1 anyway. 5 wins. I wanted to play a few games with this deck. I'm probably gonna, like, I don't think my record was that great, so I'm probably gonna start losing some games pretty soon here. And I ended up changing the deck anyway. After playing a few games with it and just learning how badly it can get. So I have the Wicked Wolf to kill their Lotus Cobra. I can't remember if I got to actually do that. They can make a lot of mana here with their Cultivate and their Cobra. Yeah, this game I was like, if I was playing first this would have been so much better. But I was playing second, so if I do lose, I'm probably just going to blame it on the fact that I played second. What I should have done there was just play one of those Florahedron as a land. But I'd already played the land before I decided that would be the play. But yeah, getting to just kill their... I mean, I only just drew the Kogler then, so that was a good draw. But what I could have done is I could have made a food with the Goose and killed it with the Wolf anyway. So I didn't need to draw Kogler. But definitely not going to complain about drawing it there. So yeah, I think I just go for the Starix on the Goose here. Get as much damage as I can. So yeah, they didn't draw the Genesis Ultimatum, I guess. Or their Ugin. So probably pretty fortunate. Just attacking with everything there. I could have played the Wolf, and that was probably the correct thing to do. I think I could have even played both. Maybe. So I won that game. So the creature that was more likely that I wanted to die was the thing. I also thought the spider. I also thought that they were just going to play that, which is why I wanted a 4/4. Because I'm like, if they do have Shadow of the Sky, I might as well at least draw a card from it. So I wanted to get that Gem Razor on the board. And yeah, I noticed that the spider was in the graveyard, so yeah, I didn't want to exile that. Yeah, the thing with these decks is like, well, if they have a sweeper, I don't want to play a lot of creatures, but then they just ECD anyway. So I think this is the game where the Crawling Barrens was actually useful. Because, yeah, like I could have done stuff, but I'm like, how about I just start attacking with the Crawling Barrens? So I knew that if they blocked with the Dream Trawler, they could get it back with the ECD, and I was pretty sure that I think I just wanted them to block with it actually, which is I think actually why I made this move. Because I was pretty sure they would block it. I mean, I could have just exiled it anyway. So yeah, now I get to keep a Starix and a Mutator in my hand, so not all bad that they had the Shadow of the Sky then. And I'm pretty sure I just start hitting them with the Crawling Barrens. This is like the first time I've actually really used Crawling Barrens. I kind of do like it, but at the same time I hate it because everyone's just playing it in their control decks as their like one win condition, and it's the boringest thing in the world. Everyone just plays these big dumb Ugin decks where the Crawling Barrens is the win con. But I figured you could get a lot of mana in this deck, so Crawling Barrens should be decent. So they play another Dream Trawler. I might just go for the Starix here. On the... Yeah, I didn't really want to tap the Crawling Barrens. Because if I do hit a land, I can at least just put some counters on it. And I do hit a land. So they might have ECD. I don't want to invest too much into the Starix. Even though I could have mutated it again then. So they wanted to gain some more life here. I think next turn I actually make a mistake, which is... It kind of wasn't really a mistake. I just wanted to see what would happen. And what happened was pretty weird, I think. So yeah, I wanted to try to kill them next turn. And I thought I kind of could. What I thought they had was, I thought they had an Omen of the Sun. The thing that makes the 2/1/1 white, whatever they are, creatures. So what I went for here was mutating onto the Crawling Barrens, mostly just to see what would happen. And I was expecting it to be like a 12/12 with like 8, you know, +1/+1 counters, but it was still just an 8/8. And they apparently had nothing. I don't know what they had. I have no idea what they had there. But yeah, it wasn't going to save them, whatever it was. So I just, yeah, completely mutated that Starix for absolutely no reason. I thought I would win this game. Playing against Mono White, I think it's a good matchup because it's like an actual creature deck for once, instead of a deck that's all removal spells. But let's count how many lands I draw. I wasn't actually paying attention at the start of this game, but I'm going to assume I've already drawn 1 or 2 lands. And that's 3 lands in a row that I've drawn. Like, in this position, it's not looking too bad, right? I have a ooze on the board. I can keep making food with the goose. I have a wolf. I mean, it's unfortunate that they have a Heliod. And they had the Daxos and the 2 creatures after it. I mean, I could have killed the Daxos anyway because they could have just made it indestructible the turn before. I actually wanted some creatures in the graveyard, which is why I'm blocking with this Florahedron now. And that's another land. That's like 4 lands in a row. So I was like, have I drawn any non-land cards this entire game? I don't think so. So they play the Maul. I do have Gem Razors in this deck, so potentially I can deal with that. So I had a choice to block with the Goose, maybe? Yeah, I was thinking about making this block, but I don't think I did in the end. Because I didn't want to lose my Ooze, because then I'm like, what can I do if I lose it? Thinking about just gaining life then, and I do. And that's not a land, but it's not much better than a land. At least it gets a land out of the deck. So yeah, I suppose I only drew like 4 lands in a row before I drew an actual card. It might have been more than 4, because I have, what? I mean, 7 lands if you don't count the one that I just pretty badly flooded that game. So it looks like I'm going to change the... No, that's the end of the video, okay. So yeah, I was thinking about changing the deck here. And then I just kind of decided not to. I mean, I knew I wanted to change the deck, but I was just like, yeah, this video is long enough. But yeah, I did make some changes. I think I just took out the Chainweb Arachnia altogether and added another Trail of Crumbs. I think I also took out Yorvo, because I was thinking this doesn't have any 3-cost cards, but the Greathorn and the Gem Razor you always just want to pay for 3 anyway, so they might as well be 3-cost cards. So the curve's not as bad as it looks. I can't actually remember if I made another change other than putting that... Oh yeah, I put another Wicked Wolf in, so I took out the Chainweb and the Yorvo for a Wolf and another Trail, which I think is a little better. Should stop from flooding. But yeah, that's it for this video. Mono green Mutate. I think I do like the Simic version. Well, I think the Simic version is better, but I've also always liked just playing mono green. You don't have to worry about getting both colors then. And you can play 4 henges without a problem. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.